Hello YouTube, this is Lego Tech, sorry. And today we're going to be doing a review on the crocodile locomotive. This set has been discontinued for give or take about a year or two at this point. However, I'm still doing a review on this for multiple reasons. One, this is still, even if you're able to find it at a fair price or even a bit more of a unreasonable price, I'd still say this is worth the purchase. I originally bought this about in summer of 2021 for about $100 US. And this is overall a very good set for your bang for your buck. So I'm going to go over in this video as a review of three things. The box, the display track, and what you see here, that being the locomotive. So to begin first, I want to turn your attention on my tripod to the box. The box and art design here, I'd say, is relatively nice. It's oriented towards adults, especially even saying here on the box 18 and up. One recommendation, I'd say, if you're a person who likes boxes like me, make sure you don't order on Amazon. I only did that because my mom had like some sort of reward points or something. Because when I got it, my mom got it, they slapped a label on there, the box was beaten up, and you actually, if they did that, you might not receive your order, which is the main reason I don't recommend it, because with package theft, which is going on heavily around here in California, and I assume in other places too, if they see something like, oh, that's a Lego set, I'm going to steal it. That can happen to you, but yeah, I'd recommend. I should have got my box replaced, but I was just so hyped to have a set, so I just said, screw it. The other thing I want to quickly go over is the bass track for this review. And the reason for that is this is actually something relatively new I haven't seen Lego do before. It's relatively detailed. You can see it's got the ballasted design, proper ties, and even on the base plate here, you have a little bit of a logo plate, which says Crocodile Locomotive Class, country of origin, power, maximum speed, years in service, that being from 1919 to 1986. So this thing served for over 5 decades. Wait. 6 decades. Over 6 decades. Can you believe that? That's how long these locomotives do that. My apologies if the camera angles have not been good. I have not made a YouTube video in about a month, and that has been due to me being very busy with school. Oh my goodness, my tripod. I need to get this thing. Well, it falls down easily, but when I need to pull it back up, it just goes, eh. Dang it. Okay. Now here we go into the meat and potatoes of the review. This is going to be the actual locomotive itself and what my personal opinions are on it. If I can at least just readjust this. I apologize for this. So, there we go. The locomotive here, I would say it is pretty fairly detailed. You can see at the front here where the front buffer beam is, you can see there's some black sausage pieces which are supposed to represent brake tubes or air pumps, or brake lines, excuse me, or power lines, considering how locomotives would have that. As well as that, you can see they have handlebars, the front lights, and I would assume this would be a number plate in the main light. Relatively speaking, they're not leaving any details untouched, especially with their trying to add side rails. I would have tried to have added the side rails, not just from the end here, but all the way to the ends. But that's not me. I didn't design this, but they relatively did still a good design. As well as that, you can see that there are still 2 drive wheels here, and there's this middle one here. And the reason for that is on the real crocodiles, that is actually the wheel that drives the drive wheels and drive rods. So it would power this wheel too back here underneath the cab. I'm not sure if this is the best angle in my lighting. I'm having to record this at night because when I have spare time. It would actually power all 6 of these wheels on this side and on the other side, but considering Lego has a very sharp radius of curves, they did not attach it right there, just that way this could negotiate the R40 curves. My favorite feature of this set, design-wise, I have to say, has to be the movable functional pantographs. These are really nice. They can go up, they can go down. They're very realistic. I mean, I've seen British Bricks right now. He's trying to make some pantograph, or not pantograph, overhead wires, you could probably make this work with that at any height, because this is all adjustable to relatively any height you would want, which again is why I like this. Very playable feature. Actually, you can remove the entire top section. You can kind of see how they designed it, and I believe some of these dark green clips and 1x1 circle tiles with the hole in it, because they're the same ones that are here on the end. They are exclusive to the set, especially the red whips, which I think are a very nice detail. On the inside of the locomotive, if I can pull this out without breaking it, because this is a very fragile system. Lego should have probably designed this a bit better, but you have a crew cab with two conductors, and one of the things I like about this is not just the new figures with their new caps, but you can see there's a steering wheel here. Those were actually on the real crocodiles. They have I'd say a fairly realistic driver's controls and driver's cab, minus the overtly massive engine in the middle, which is where the power functions go. Because if you were, not power functions, powered up. So let's say you were to buy powered up, you would have to remove this and keep this removed. But in real life, I would believe there probably is something in the middle, but predominantly most of the engines would be on either ends, just because that's where more space is and where more of the weight distribution would most likely need to be. Let's put this back. This is one of the flaws of the set. This is a bit difficult to put away, but overall, I'd still say this is a fairly detailed set. There we go, slid back in. This set also does have a bunch of other pieces, not just these red whips and these green clips and 1x1 circle plates, but also, if you can look here at the front of the cab, you can see this brown brick, which is a brown cab piece, which was used in the 60051 or 60052, I think, or 6000. I don't know. I get them mixed up. Blue cargo train that Lego released a while ago. And this is the first time I've seen it in brown, and I think this will be the last time we see that. So if you want this piece, I'd recommend go get it. This set, just if you want that, or go order on Bricklink. One of the other features I think that is very underappreciated is how this set is all printed tiles. People might say, even if you're an adult, you say you can put stickers on as an adult. Whilst you can, we can't forget how over time stickers decay. Here's a Krusty Krab one, and you can see it's getting crusty. Now, the stickers that are most important, that being the ones on the locomotive predominantly, are all not stickers. However, there is one sticker. This. And it's kind of disappointing because I would have preferred this not be a sticker as well, but you can't have everything. At least the locomotive is all printed. And to conclude off with the cab, because both sides are pretty much symmetrical. Both sides are symmetrical. There's no real point in going over both sides. You can see here that you have the cab with the doors, and they're using a lot of snot techniques to represent vents. The handles for climbing up and down the ladder itself, the doors. Overall, I'm really liking the use of snot techniques on this. And one of my favorite pieces that was used here is the handlebar pieces right here for the... let me uncouple this. For the side to represent the brakes. If you get a closer look, you can kind of see the use of snot techniques on here. Overall, I'd say this is a very, very detailed set. And the width of the train in total is only 7 studs wide, which is a perfect medium. If you're building something American or Canadian, I'd say build an 8 wide because of how big American and Canadian trains are. Even though I live in the US, but Canada trains are pretty much the same size. If you're going to go something European, because this is from Switzerland, I really like Switzerland, so this is one of the reasons why I wanted this set. 7 wide makes sense. Same with British trains. 7 wide makes sense. Polish, German, Italian, Russian. Maybe Russian if you're that 414-4. Maybe that would be 8, but pretty much 7. This is a proper size, and it fits so perfectly. Overall, the only real issue people have had are 2 issues. Oh, that was 3. 2. One was the derailment feature, but that I've fixed relatively by just removing the rubber bands like Jangbricks says. I haven't modified it besides that. This thing runs through curves real easily, and I will demonstrate that. And before I continue, I'm going to just disconnect one of these so you can see there are no traction tires. Except there are some on the pilot wheels, those small ones, but that's perfectly reasonable because those ones need it. These big drive wheels have all this weight on top of it. So let's go through the curve. This is not motorized, so I cannot run it, but I will do a clip of this thing being pushed by my GP30. This thing, relatively speaking, can maneuver curves very well. But as you can maneuver curves, if I keep it in this position, you can see right here there's a massive gap, which is one of the other reasons people have a problem with this set. Which is understandable and very much fixable, but I would say this is something that's much easier to overlook because this set is overall very, very well-rounded in every other regard. I would say if I'm rating this set, I'd give it probably a 9 out of 10. The reason I give it a 9 out of 10 is just the sticker problem I have on this piece specifically. If you're going to go all printed, just go all stickers. That's my problem. The other problem was the derailment problem, but I can't really find anything else. I didn't want to give it a 10 out of 10 because I think there probably are some other mistakes that, mind you, I'm not the most experienced model train builder, probably haven't noticed here, but I'd say LEGO is on, pun not intended, the right track in following the community. And I'd say if LEGO is to follow this format for all future train sets, that being adult or any other spin-off sets like Harry Potter, I'm looking at the new Hogwarts Express. That is not what we wanted, LEGO. That is a perfect format to go after. So my recommendation, if somehow some LEGO employee is seeing this, do what you did with the crocodile. This is a perfect example. It fits on the track, details proper, and relatively no one had a problem with it. Don't go with what the new Hogwarts Express is. That one was a waste of time and money because we have collections, we have layouts, we want to run our trains, we don't want them to be static. This can be motorized. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I apologize if some of the video quality was not on par and, well, my lighting isn't very good right now. My apologies. I am decked out and busy for school right now. It's election season and I have a assignment at my college to go volunteer like 12 hours worth of elections, and I've been getting that ready. I've got to go order stuff. I've been running around. I've been busy. I am going to be trying to upload once a week. If there's something you saw in this video you'd like me to go more in depth on, like my Conrail GP30 or maybe a whole room tour, please let me know. I will be more than willing to answer your comment and do that for my video. I'll be seeing you guys next week in the next video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, and thank you again.